The countdown just hit zero, and tonight's broadcast may be the most important update ever released on this channel. From the moment the first alerts flashed across private economic rooms to the flood of real-time whispers pouring in from global banking chatter, the atmosphere has been nothing short of electrifying. Viewers tuning in right now should understand something crucial. This is not one of those ordinary nights filled with speculation and recycled theories. Instead, what we are witnessing is the loudest, most synchronized wave of activity surrounding the Iraqi dinar in over a decade. Everything feels different, sharper, louder, more coordinated, as if entire financial grids around the world have quietly shifted into a higher gear. At this moment, analysts, observers, and insiders across multiple regions say the same thing. The energy of tonight is unlike anything they have seen before. And whether this moment brings confirmation at dawn or simply marks the beginning of a massive new phase. One thing is certain, every indicator inside this unfolding landscape is pointing towards something extraordinary. This is not a drill. This is not another rumor wave. Something big is humming beneath the global financial surface, and we are going to break it all down for you right now. Across investor communities, a sudden surge of synchronized chatter has erupted, echoing the same electrifying phrase that set the entire online financial world into motion. System go live. IQD rate active. These words spread like wildfire through private telegram rooms, exclusive conference channels, and specialized economic groups, most of which rarely align in sentiment, let alone timing. Yet tonight, almost as if a switch was flipped globally, the same signals appeared from Beirut to Chicago, from Dubai to Houston, from London to Detroit, each pointing toward a potential back-end activation event. While none of this represents official confirmation, the unusual synchronicity has made analysts pause and examine the timing with greater seriousness. It's the first time in years that multiple regions are reporting the same movement within minutes of each other. People monitoring foreign exchange servers, digital banking pathways, and cross-border settlement channels claim they have never witnessed this level of alignment. And even though every piece must still be treated as unverified until formal announcements appear, the intensity of the reports suggests that something significant may now be in motion. In U.S. banking circles, whispers describe internal rate tables flickering briefly before locking back into standby mode, which is something that rarely happens simultaneously across multiple large institutions. Several major banks reportedly triggered internal refresh cycles, the kind typically associated with system-wide updates rather than routine maintenance. Customers accessing online portals noticed momentary interruptions, particularly during late evening hours when financial traffic is usually at its lowest. Former banking professionals, observing this pattern, explain that these synchronized refresh waves generally appear during periods when foreign exchange data feeds are being prepared, tested, or temporarily adjusted. Although this does not confirm any rate change, the pattern aligns with what insiders call pre-activation posture, a stage where back-end systems are checked and aligned in preparation for potential new values. This posture has rarely been detected during previous rumor cycles, making tonight's activity stand out with remarkable strength. Analysts emphasize that banks do not run such synchronized refreshes without reason, especially late at night when global settlement windows are at their most active. If these shifts correlate with the dinar, it may mean that certain financial systems are aligning for a major update in the early morning hours. On the ground in Baghdad, signs of unusual movement continue to build, creating an atmosphere filled with tension, anticipation, and an unmistakable sense that something extraordinary is preparing to unfold. Late-night lights reportedly remained on across several key buildings connected to Iraq's financial infrastructure, including offices that are often dark by early evening. Additional security activity, unexpected staff movement, and momentary ATM outages have captured the attention of local observers who are familiar with the typical rhythm of the city. These anomalies do not confirm anything by themselves, but when compared against historical patterns of past economic events, such as major announcements, new policy rollouts, or financial audits, they resemble the type of operational preparation that precedes significant national statements. Even local media segments, though vague, have shifted tone in the last several hours, using phrases like economic transition and new financial chapter. In most circumstances, these words would seem ordinary, but in the context of tonight's synchronized global chatter, they carry a weight and timing that cannot be ignored. Combined, these elements create a powerful sense of acceleration coming out of Baghdad, as if the nation stands on the edge of a major financial reveal. Over the years, Iraq has been building a foundation for financial transformation, step by step, quietly and carefully. While this transformation has often moved slower than many expected, the underlying structure has continued strengthening. Iraq expanded its digital banking systems, implemented improved monetary regulations, strengthened anti-fraud protocols, upgraded its settlement capabilities, and integrated itself more deeply into international financial frameworks. Observers who track these reforms closely say that the last 18 months have shown the strongest progress since 2003. Increased foreign reserves, greater currency stability, and support from global organizations have gradually reshaped the country's economic landscape. These steps may not always make headlines, but they represent the essential groundwork required before any major currency shift. And tonight, as reports circulate about back-end rate activity, many analysts believe that these long-term reforms may finally be converging. If the movement we are seeing now aligns with the timeline of Iraq's multi-year monetary roadmap, then this moment may be more than rumor. It may be the beginning of a long-planned transition entering its final phase. Within the fictional scenario unfolding tonight, analysts speculate that if back-end rates indeed appeared in the higher ranges, they may closely resemble the historical values Iraq maintained before decades of conflict disrupted its economy. Some private discussions mention numbers in the $3 region, though no official figures have been released. The idea behind such estimates comes from Iraq's strong oil reserves, extensive natural resources, and improving economic stability, all factors that supported a stronger currency in the past. Economists explain that if a major revaluation were ever to occur, it would likely reflect both Iraq's historical value and its modern economic potential. While the actual rate remains unknown until formal announcements appear, the idea that back-end banking screens could be testing figures in higher territories has amplified tonight's excitement dramatically. Even cautious analysts admit that the pattern of global synchronization happening this evening is unlike anything seen in previous cycles. Whether this represents testing, preparation, or the real beginning of a shift, the unusual alignment has placed the financial world on high alert. As the countdown reached zero earlier tonight, several economic observers noted a powerful psychological shift across the RV community. For years, waves of excitement were followed by long stretches of silence, creating a cycle that tested the patience and endurance of everyone involved. People learned to be cautious, skeptical, and disciplined, refusing to be swept away by unverified claims. But tonight feels different, not because anyone has declared official confirmation, but because all indicators that matter are pointing in the same direction. Those who have studied this landscape for years say they have never seen such broad alignment between back-end banking activity, cross-regional chatter, Iraqi local anomalies, and timing windows that historically coincide with major settlement events. This unified momentum has created a sense of clarity that has rarely been present in past cycles. Instead of scattered speculation, tonight's atmosphere feels structured, coordinated, and unusually cohesive. It is as if the entire global financial environment has suddenly entered a single shared frequency, vibrating with the same message: something is happening. While many viewers wait for official information, experts continue breaking down why this moment is so unique. Several former Treasury analysts explain that large-scale rate adjustments, when they happen in any country, are almost always executed during late-night windows between 11 p.m. and 5 a.m. This timing allows global banks to process new data before the next business day begins. It also minimizes disruptions, ensures compliance checks can run smoothly, and allows international partners to update their own systems. Observers point out that tonight falls directly in the center of this traditional settlement window, which further intensifies the significance of all the synchronized banking refresh activity occurring right now. In many ways, the global financial system behaves like a giant orchestra. Every instrument must be tuned at the right moment before the conductor signals the start. Tonight, the tuning seems louder, faster, and far more widespread than anything witnessed in recent years. Whether the conductor steps forward by sunrise remains to be seen, but the orchestra is undeniably preparing. International analysts appearing throughout tonight's discussion highlight the potential impact of a major dinar value shift on the global stage. Iraq, with its vast energy resources and growing role in regional stability, holds significant economic influence. A stronger currency would attract foreign companies, boost investment in reconstruction, open doors for infrastructure expansion, and stimulate job creation. It could shift trade dynamics across the Middle East and strengthen Iraq's position in international markets. From the perspective of global partners, particularly countries involved in past economic support agreements, a stronger Iraq means stronger regional economic corridors, improved security cooperation, and expanded development opportunities. Some experts argue that a successful revaluation could encourage other nations to modernize their own systems, making this moment part of a larger wave of monetary evolution across developing regions. While all these ideas remain speculative until concrete data appears, the possibility alone has captured the attention of newspapers, policy observers, and economic scholars who have followed Iraq's journey for decades. In the United States, the idea of a major dinar shift sparks substantial financial and political interest. America has long-standing economic and security ties with Iraq, including reconstruction investments, oil partnerships, and development agreements. If Iraq's currency were to gain strength, the United States could benefit in several ways, from increased returns on past investments to improved trade arrangements in energy and infrastructure. A stronger Iraqi economy could also reduce regional dependency on foreign aid, which has strategic implications across the Middle East. Analysts emphasize that global financial systems do not operate in isolation. Shifts in one region often trigger ripple effects across others. So, while tonight's excitement centers on Iraq, the potential implications extend far beyond its borders. This interconnected reality is one reason why global chatter, banking noise, and insider commentary have surged simultaneously, because if anything were truly activated behind the scenes, the world would feel the tremors long before official announcements are released. Many long-term followers of the dinar journey have endured significant emotional turbulence, excitement, disappointment, hope, skepticism, and everything in between. Tonight's unprecedented alignment has revived a deep sense of possibility among viewers who have waited patiently for clarity. The endurance of this community has become more than a financial story. It has become a narrative about persistence. People have remained committed not because of blind optimism, but because of a belief in Iraq's long-term recovery and potential. And as the countdown hit zero earlier this evening, many felt a surge of validation, not confirmation, but validation that their patience may soon intersect with history. Whether or not sunrise brings the final green light, tonight's energy has proven one undeniable truth: the community's perseverance has never been in vain. Every step, every delay, every recalibration has brought them closer to a moment like this, where the world watches Iraq with renewed anticipation. For those preparing for any potential exchange in the future, experts offer simple, calm guidance. Keep your currency organized, maintain valid identification, and, above all, avoid rushing into agreements without clarity. Tonight's excitement should not overshadow caution. If official announcements appear, they will come through clear, recognizable channels: banks, central authorities, and verified communications. People should not feel pressured by anyone claiming to offer special access or insider appointments. The biggest mistake investors can make during high energy moments is acting too quickly. Instead, the right approach is steady, calm, informed preparation. Wealth, when it comes, must be managed carefully, wisely, and responsibly. The purpose of this journey has never been about overnight transformation. It has always been about understanding a nation's recovery and aligning oneself with its future. If the moment truly arrives, it will require the same discipline and patience that brought the community this far. Economic forecasters in this fictional narrative imagine that if a revalued dinar emerged, Iraq's economy could experience rapid growth as international companies rush to establish operations in newly stabilized markets. Construction giants, energy firms, transportation developers, and technology investors may view the shift as a sign that Iraq is ready to rejoin the global stage with renewed strength. The impact could extend across employment rates, GDP acceleration, regional partnerships, and long-term infrastructure projects. Such a shift could also encourage neighboring countries to deepen trade and energy agreements with Iraq, making it a central economic hub in the region. While all of this remains theoretical until official confirmation appears, analysts emphasize that Iraq's underlying resources and strategic position make such a future not only possible, but achievable with the right conditions. Tonight's energy has simply reminded the world of Iraq's potential and the resilience of its people, who have endured years of challenge with strength and determination. As dawn approaches, the phrase millionaire morning circulates widely across speculation channels, echoing the idea that if banks truly release updated rates during the late-night settlement window, the first confirmations may appear within the next few hours. Yet, even in this high-tension moment, experts urge viewers to remain grounded. Real confirmations come from official institutions, not screenshots or rumors. People should rest assured that if a real shift occurs, the news will be unmistakably clear. Until then, tonight's broadcast serves as a moment to reflect on how far Iraq has come, how deeply the global financial environment has evolved, and how everything may now be aligning in ways that were once only imagined. The countdown has hit zero not as a guarantee, but as a symbolic turning point, marking the transition from years of waiting to a moment where possibility stands directly in front of us. Viewers across the world are encouraged to watch the morning hours closely. The settlement window between now and sunrise has historically been the period when major updates take place. If anything is activated, it will likely reveal itself during this span. Until then, this channel will continue monitoring every new detail, every shift, every whisper emerging from financial networks. The world is holding its breath tonight. Whether dawn delivers confirmation or simply the beginning of an even bigger movement, the energy is undeniable. Something profound is unfolding. And for the first time in years, all major indicators are pointing in the same direction. Stay with us, stay calm, and stay ready. The story is still unfolding, and this may only be the beginning of one of the most significant economic moments of the decade.